Well, good morning. Another day, another early morning commute to university. I'm a little sick right now, but I'll be fine. So, my first class starts at 8 a.m. today, and I live an hour away, so that means I have to get up and get ready around 6. Or be out of the house by 6 so I can get there on time. And when I say on time, I mean like 30 minutes earlier. Because that's kind of just what's been drilled in my mind since I was in school. 30 minutes is on time. Nothing more, nothing less. So yeah. Anyway. It's like 9 minutes until 6. Just left the house not too long ago. Making my way. Man, they've been building these traffic lights for a while. So there's these traffic lights that are being installed in my neighborhood, and we need them because getting out through here is just a pain in the ass, especially when you're gonna turn left. Come on. Because there's like a whole bunch of traffic, just non-stop. So you have to like be very careful on how you like get out. And trust me, there's been a lot of car accidents here. And right now they're building traffic lights, but they haven't turned them on yet. They're ready, they just haven't done anything. They're just sitting there. I'm hoping they didn't abandon that project though. That'd be pretty annoying. We need those. Well, I've only got a couple weeks left. So after this week, it's just 2 weeks and then I'm done. That's it. It's over. It's kind of crazy to be honest. Like, holy shit. So yeah, I've got like 3 things I need to do for some classes, 2 presentations, and like 1 like, well, not a presentation, it's just like submit a PDF of like your biography, your resume, and some kind of like audio clip thing, whatever, I don't know. And that's it. Like, I will admit, like, it is a bit stressful because like they're all due next week. But like one of them, I don't know when it's due. The other, I'm pretty sure, but I'm mostly worried about the one that I don't know when it's due, because the professor for that class, he's gonna do it in a random order. Nobody knows the order. So now I have to like work my butt off and get ready before because who knows? On Monday I might be called. On Wednesday I might be called. On Friday I might be called. I don't know. So now I'm scrambling to get all this stuff done because I don't know when I have to present and perform, because he also wants a performance. I forgot to mention that too. So I've gotten like 2 other guys to help me out. They're chill, but I made sure like, hey, I know this is last minute, I just gotta figure this stuff out. Yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, this professor in this class, it's a fucking fever dream, man. Like, way to explain it. Like, it's just a fever dream. Like, it's so dysfunctional, and it's so like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, the professor's cool and all. He's funny sometimes, but there are just times where it just feels like, fuck, dude. Like, I don't like it. I don't know. This class is probably the most stressful out of all of them, surprisingly. Probably the second most stressful, actually. And I'm doing good on it, luckily, but it's just stressful, man. Like, especially this last project, like, the fact that I have to guess and hope that I don't present on Monday the next week, that's kind of a scary thing because I'm not 100% ready. I don't know, man. I'm just new to the university experience. I don't know anybody here. Everybody seems to know each other, and then here I am just sitting there all alone because I don't know anybody. I mean, yeah, everyone's nice and all. I can talk to them, but like, not like we're like friends or anything though. It's just, oh yeah, I know who you are. Just acquaintances. Good in class, so that's good. But man, like, I got 2 A's and I got 1 C, really low C. So there's a class where I'm in danger. I gotta be careful. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't like this class. I don't like that class. It just sucks. It just sucks the life out of you. And I'm just hoping that with this final project, I'll do a really good job on it, or at least somewhere close to a good job, to where I don't fail. Or you know what? Maybe I'll just retake the class again, like next fall semester or whenever it's available, and just try to get a better grade on it. You know. The only thing I don't like about the technology classes that I'm taking right now are that they're mostly biased towards Apple products, and I don't use Apple products. Like, I use an Android phone, I have an HP laptop or Windows 11, so yeah, I don't use any of that. So I have to like find alternatives and other solutions to just get by, and I'm just like, dude, I can't do that. I don't know, man. I just don't like how it's so catered towards to Apple. Yeah, man, I'm super stressed out right now because I got like our last performance for this one class as well. It's the same class as the presentation that I don't know when I'll present. I also got a performance in this class today as well, so I'm a little stressed out about that too because I don't feel super confident in it. I told myself I was going to practice for it, but I never did, so it's just like crap. Like I just need to hope for the best. I just want this semester to end, honestly, man. I swear every semester just gets more stressful and stressful as time goes on. But, you know, I'll admit, the good part about being in school, thing is, I can't really say much because, let's be honest, there are people out there who aren't as fortunate as I am. There are people out there who don't have the mind or the mental capacity to go to college. There's people out there who financially can't afford college. They would probably wish that they were in my shoes and stuff, but I don't know. And there are people who have dropped out of college. Like, I had a classmate who went straight to university after high school, and he majored in the same thing that I'm majoring in, but like a year later, I noticed that he dropped out. I remember seeing him at an alumni game last year, and he was like telling me, "Oh yeah, I dropped out of university. I'm not in music school anymore. I'm doing landscaping." And I was just like, "Dude, why?" And he was like, "Oh, well, it's too hard for me. I couldn't handle it." I was just like, "Wow, okay, that sucks." And in community college too. I had one of the upperclassmen when I was a freshman. They just stopped showing up to class in general because it was too stressful for them. And I was just like, oh damn, like, oh man, that's not good. And actually, one of my classmates at community college dropped out because it was too stressful. I was just like, oh no. So, I really can't drop this. I just have to keep going, and I don't want to be in that position to where I just give up, because all I know is I will never be proud of myself if I do that. And you know what? As much as there are people who dropped out of college or who've just given up in general, there's also people who didn't even make it past high school. People out there who don't even have a high school diploma. That's sad, you know. But it just keeps going. There's people who dropped out in middle school, elementary school even, or didn't even go to school because they just couldn't even handle it. They're out there. Like in high school, for instance, I had a classmate who dropped out. I remember seeing her at one of the Starbucks that I usually go to get my mom some coffee, and I remember seeing her one day working at the Starbucks, and you know, I just said hi and just told her like what I wanted to order, and afterwards she looked at me and she was just like, "Oh hey, how's life been for you? How's school? How's yeah, all that stuff." And I just told her, "Yeah, it's been pretty good. I mean, school's a bit stressful, but it's okay." And I asked her like, "Oh, well, how have you been doing? How's school going for you?" And, you know, just some polite questions. And she was just like, "Oh, actually, I dropped out. And I was just like, oh, well, why? And she just said, like, oh, well, it's just too hard for me. I just couldn't handle it anymore. And that, I don't know, I was just so sad to listen to. It was just, I don't know, man, like, that was the first time I've ever seen someone who would have been in my graduating class drop out. And it was just so sad to hear. I don't know how they're doing now that it's been like 3 years since I graduated, but yeah. But anyways, I just told her, like, oh, well, there's still some hope. Maybe sometime in the future you can try to obtain your high school diploma and just be like everyone else. Yeah, but that's really it. Like, I'm super lucky. A lot of my classmates around me are probably super lucky too, but they likely aren't, I don't know. Then again, there's some people who did graduate from high school, but chose not to do anything else afterwards. It seems as though they just fallen off after high school. Like they just never progressed afterwards. That's also sad as well. And the sadder part is it's usually the people who made it big in high school. Like the people that you'd think would like be successful in the real world once they graduated. Like for instance, you know, we all like to pick on the star football athlete or the captain of the cheerleading squad or team or I don't know, just anyone who made it big in school who was like super popular and whatnot, or like the prettiest girl in your graduating class, like those kind of people. Well, okay, maybe the hot girl in your class, probably not. I mean, yeah, it was probably guaranteed that they were never gonna do anything after high school because they just based their personality on being the hottest girl in the class, in school, whatever. But yeah, people like that. But in general, it's just sad to see people waste their potential like that. You managed to make it past all 17 or 18 years of your life in school, and you're telling me afterwards you're just not gonna do anything about it? Like you're just gonna make that your the highest point in your life, or like just the entirety of your life? Like, that's sad. You can't do that. There's people out there who don't have a diploma. There's people out there who, you know, what is that? Sorry. But yeah, come on, don't do that. Do something with your life. Don't just waste it away just because you graduated from high school and you have nothing else going for you. Find something. Just because you didn't find it in high school doesn't mean you'll never find it. But yeah, like, for instance, in my graduating class, I remember my senior class president who got pregnant after high school, which was a pretty sad downfall. Now, back in school, I remember my senior class president. She was kind of a bitch. And yeah, I kind of didn't like her and all that. And just nobody liked her. At least anybody who wasn't a popular kid or was at somewhere near the top of the social hierarchy in school. Yeah, overall, I didn't like her. And I remember the school during graduation, she was one of the few people who delivered a speech. I don't know if she was the first or the last, but all I remember was the school principal, before she made her speech, she was talking about how great of a student she was, how she was involved in like student council, all these other extracurricular activities in school, how she got all these scholarships and her GPA and all that. Because normal tradition, before any of the people that are going to make a speech actually go up there and make their speech, like the valedictorian, salutatorian, the student council president, senior class president, those people, the principal usually says a lot of good things about them, same as I listed. But anyways, yeah, I remember that. Like, he was talking about how all this stuff about her, how she's gonna go to this university to major in nursing, I think. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, that happened. So yeah. Where was I? Oh crap. Oh yeah, so anyway, so, sorry, I'm trying to think. I think it was, so fast forward to like my second semester at community college. Don't know where or when during my second semester at community college, but somewhere in the middle of it, I remember looking on Instagram and, you know, doing the usual of looking at reels and then looking at my suggested list to see, okay, who else can I follow? I just looked through it just because, and my Instagram, at the time, I was just following, like, my high school friends, and they were following you back and all that stuff. So a lot of people from high school were popping up on my suggested list. Like, even people I didn't even know. And yeah, where I live, it's a small town. Everybody knows each other and is connected one way or another. So yeah, there's that. But so yeah, one day my senior class president popped up in my suggested list, and I clicked on her profile and I decided to snoop around, and I noticed there was a post about a baby, and I just told myself, oh well, maybe she's an aunt and this is her new nephew. And I read the caption, and I remembered saying, oh, welcome to the world, baby boy, and this and that. And I was still in denial. I was just like, okay, maybe that's her nephew and she just loves him very much. And then I read the comments, and they were just talking about how she was gonna be like a good mom and how the baby's so handsome and just giving her parenting advice, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. And I was just thinking to myself, oh no. Like, it's good that she had a baby, but I mean, now the question is, how are you gonna be able to go to school? Like, you have a kid, which isn't bad, but everyone, like, the entire graduating class, everyone was thinking that you were gonna, like, go to school, go to university and get into nursing school and whatnot. Like, how are you gonna do that now that you have a kid? And yeah, it's possible. Like, trust me, I've seen, like, I know in the ensemble that I play, there was a girl that was pregnant and she was playing saxophone. And she looked like she was ready to deliver sooner or later, so I mean, like, that belly was, like, she had a big old belly. But anyways, yeah, back to my senior class president. So I was like wondering, like, okay, how are you gonna push through this? Like, you're having a child and you're gonna go to school to go into nursing. Like, how are you gonna be able to take care of the kid and get through college? Because in terms of finance, that seems like a pretty tough situation, unless you've gotten scholarships that hopefully pay a good amount of your tuition. It's just a scary thought, to be honest. I don't know, man, but what was even more sad was I got to see who the boyfriend was, and I think he was just some guy who was like a year or two younger than her. I don't know if he was in the same class as us. I think he might have, I don't know, but I remember seeing photos of him and her together with the baby, you know, like a nice family photo. And then fast forward to, I think it was like 1 or 2 months later, a couple months, like 2 or 3 months, I don't remember. All I know was it was before I started my second year at community college. But anyways, yeah, next thing you know, same thing, I find my senior class president in my suggested list a couple, like 2 or 3 months later, and I've noticed that she deleted the post and she added a new one. Only difference about this new post was that her boyfriend was nowhere in the picture. Like, he just wasn't there. And me trying to be as hopeful and optimistic as I can be, I was just thinking, oh, well, maybe he's just working so much to where he just can't spend enough time with his family. But then, like, I had a strong feeling, like, yeah, he probably dumped her and he probably ran off. Which, I'm gonna be honest, is probably what really happened, unfortunately. And I'm gonna be honest, as much as I want to like make fun of my senior class president and like talk about how this was karma biting her in the ass and whatnot, like at the same time I do kind of feel bad because nobody deserves to be put through that. Like that's the worst kind of betrayal that you can ever that I don't know. I feel like that is just worse than like betraying your best friend. Like just having a baby with someone and then leaving them just because you don't want to take care of the baby or anything like that. That's sad. So, what's going on with my senior class president now? Well, I believe she's still in my hometown. Don't know where she's working. But all I know is she never left my hometown. She's still there. Yeah. So there's that. But I tell a whole bunch of stories about people who fell off like that, but I'm not going to. That was just one example. But all I know is that, thank goodness, I am in the position that I'm currently in. Because there are people out there who unfortunately just don't have, or just aren't as fortunate as I am, I guess. Trash. No. Okay. We're good. Piece of trash. There's like a trash truck in front of me, and it dropped like a plastic bag just went flying out at the top. These lights are. But yeah, point is, number one, don't make high school the highest point of your life. And number two, if you ever feel bad or if you're ever stressed out about life and whatnot, just know there's people who aren't as fortunate as you. People who just don't have the same mental capacity and whatnot as you. Like me, for instance, like being in college. Not everyone is able to handle college. But, here I am. I'm pushing through. So yeah, be grateful. Sorry, man, I can't go any faster. The guy's just riding my ass. Oh, he wanted to turn left. Okay. Big old trash truck. I've already passed the hospital? I don't know. I think I did. Yeah, I did. I passed the hospital. Alright. Well, that means I'm almost there. So, the route I take, there's a hospital. And before I get near the hospital, and next to the hospital, there's a bridge that goes over the freeway. And that's usually my marker that tells me, like, oh, hey, you're almost home. So, yeah, there's that. I just know this route by heart at this point. Like, I mean, I've gone through it so many times where it's just like it's already muscle memory. Like I know exactly when to turn, all that stuff. And most of it is just because I've been through this route a couple times even before I went to university. But there's that. I don't know. Man, I just keep forgetting that this week is Thanksgiving break. That's just how desperately I want this semester to end. Like, I just forget that there's anything in between, like, now and winter break. Man. I will admit, though, Christmas break and just Christmas in general just doesn't hit the same anymore when you're an adult. Or, like, as you grow older, like, I don't know, I just feel like at this point, whenever I have birthday parties or like whenever we have Christmas, it's just like, nowadays as an adult, my birthday, like, for my birthday, we just have a party, just have an excuse to bring the family around. That's really the purpose, just to make an excuse to bring family around, to just bring the family together for one day. That's about it. But man, like Christmas and my birthday, like majority of the time, like I mostly just get clothes for Christmas. That's about it, and that's fine. I mean, I'm an adult. I mean, I'm gonna need it more, but it just doesn't hit the same anymore. It's not as exciting. Just like, man, I remember as a kid, like I remember we would watch movies like Polar Express on the living room, or we would like go outside in the playground and sing Christmas and sing our own inappropriate version of Christmas carols. I remember that, man. Good times though. Those were like early 2000s, like early 2010s. The goated years, in my opinion. I remember getting toys. I remember asking Santa for toys. I remember that. And then I remember the first time when I realized, oh man, I'm just getting like clothes on my birthday. And I just didn't care at that point. And at some point I was just like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. But dang. Good times, you know? and there it is. There's the tower. There's another tower. So there's this tower, and right now I'm about to pass it. And I also use this tower as a marker to tell me, hey, you're almost at university. So I'm just like, all right, cool. It's right next to the old abandoned mall, which isn't there anymore, sadly. Man, I remember going to that mall like years ago. I can't believe it's been like what? Almost 2016? Like 2015 or 16, I don't remember. Well, I don't know. All I know is it was during my 6th grade year. Well, that was like the last time I ever went there. But man, I remember like going to that mall. I remember more specifically for my aunt's wedding. Sad to see that it's not there anymore. But it was an old mall. Like, and I will admit, it was slowly going out of business. Like, I was kind of noticing that like there were like less and less shops in the mall. Like more people were just closing their doors there and whatnot, which was sad. But I remember going there. I remember going into the Sears over there. The playground, all that stuff. I remember all that. And then I remember like when I was in high school, one of my classmates, or one of my friends that I followed on Instagram, was posting like stories about sneaking into the mall and just breaking shit and doing dumb stuff in there, and just seeing how broken it is and whatnot. That was kind of sad. It was kind of sad to see. I'm even feeling sad about it now as I'm talking about it, but man, good times. I remember one store. It was like this like medieval, like it had like, all I remember was like they sold like swords, shields, weapons, like melee weapons like that, ninja stars, all that stuff. It was one of those stores. And I remember buying like 2 Legend of Zelda shields and like a wooden sword and shield. I remember buying those there. And like as for the Zelda shields, I still got them. They're hanging up in my room. So those are some artifacts from that mall. And as for the other shield and the sword, I don't know where the sword went, but all I know is I still got the shield. So, yeah. I remember that, though. Kind of sad to see that. Remember going into this, man, just going into that Sears when I was a kid and just I mean, I will admit, I hated going into the dressing rooms. Like, I just hated it. But, man, can't believe those are now just some memories now. That mall doesn't exist anymore. They're turning it into something new. And, I mean, yeah, to be fair, that mall was old. It had been there like far before I was even born. And as time went on, more malls opened up and more people were going there and were choosing to go to those places instead, and that mall was slowly but surely just getting emptier and emptier. Like, I think the last time I went there, it was like super empty. Like, I remember there was just hardly anyone there. Shit. And I was like asking my mom, like, "Oh, Mom, what's going on? Why isn't anyone here?" And she's just like, "Oh, well, the mall's gonna close soon, so we're gonna appreciate the discounts and whatnot. And I was just like, wow, that's so sad. Next thing you know, weeks later, I died. Come to find out that it's been boarded up, nobody's allowed inside. Yeah, overall, it just became abandoned. The owner filed bankruptcy. It was just so sad to hear. Shit. So now it's just nothing more than a memory. Still a bit dark out. Yeah, well, I think we're like under a giant cloud right now. Probably why it's so dark. Let's go. Jeez, man. This guy behind me is like right behind. It's like right on my ass. Like, dude, could you just like back up a little bit? Like, dang. And I could tell because I couldn't even see his headlights. Like, jeez, dude, you didn't have to be that close to me. Easy there. Thank you, faggot. Go around me. Idiot. Sorry. I was... might end it a little bit. Okie dokie. I wonder how long this thing's been going. Yeah, I'm sorry that all you're seeing is just nothing but a dark screen. I thought that as time would go on, you'd probably be able to see like at least the seat, at least the passenger seat of my car, which you probably just saw now because I'm passing through a whole bunch of lights. But yeah, I would have thought that. Oh, well, there we go. Now you can see it. And now you can't. Now it's all dark. Oh, now you can. And now you can't. I think it's just gonna keep going because I'm passing through so many lights. Next week is just gonna be hell, but I don't know, I'll probably be okay. I'll probably just, I don't know. Once it's over, I'm just gonna feel way better. That's all I know. Just gotta work on it this week and get it over with next week. Come on, let's go. All right, I made it. I beat the yellow lights. I'm good. All right, I'm here. Now I'm stuck on a red arrow. Gotta wait for it to turn green. Come on, just turn green. Oh, my turn. All right. Well, I'm finally here. Yeah. Turn off my. It's 9 minutes until 7. I'm gonna get going. All right. So, yeah. Times are stressful, but then again, I'm gonna be thankful because there are people out there who just, as I mentioned, are not as fortunate as I am or don't have the same mental capacity that I do to do what I'm doing as of now. And yeah, just gotta keep moving forward.